talk to you today about the Aircast boot, which is designed for ruptured Achilles tendon. Basically, when you rupture your tendon or split it completely, we're trying to get the two ends to hold together. They don't want to get elongation in the tendons, but they want to keep the short ends together. Therefore, they've created a boot that puts your foot into plantar flexion. You want to avoid any dorsal flexion whatsoever, because that would be pulling the two ends apart. So to that end, they've designed a boot that's got a 30-degree wedge in it. And I'll show you where the wedges are. The wedges are in here, and then each week you take a wedge out, and that's gone from 30 degrees to 25 degrees. And after 5 or 6 weeks, they want you to get down to a zero situation. Now, when I had this boot on, I was told to wear it night and day, and I found at night it became really quite uncomfortable. I got a bed cage so that I could turn much easier, so that it didn't twist my knee. And then I found that by putting a simple stocking on, just a very light, thin cotton sock, it stopped any blisters appearing on my heels. If it gets too hot, I just cut the front of the sock off. So basically, the foot goes in like that, as tight to the heel as possible. This is the top shell, and so you do the Velcro. The shell has a bit of Velcro there that will hold it, a bit of sticky. Sorry, that goes in. That goes in. The shell goes on top. And what I didn't show you, actually, I'm going to just quickly show you, is this boot has got some airbags in here, which can be inflated by this to make the foot a bit more snug. So we put that in there, wrap that round, put the shell on, always work from the bottom, that goes through there, back through again, firm but not crazy tight, same again. And through there, firmish, get that nicely tucked in. Top one round there. Okay, now then, when I left the hospital, they didn't show me what this inflation does here, which annoyed me because it fills the boot. But the consultants also said to me that 40% of people who haven't got blood thinners for deep vein thrombosis do get blood clots. So 40% get blood clots by wearing this, unless you're on blood thinners. So if you're not on blood thinners and you've got a boot, you really do need to be asking the question. So basically, there's a setting there which is 1, pump it up a little bit. Setting on the other side does the bag on the other side, pump it up a little bit and lock it. But just those two little pumping actions there, it's already pretty tight. You wouldn't want it any tighter than that, It's not a broken bone, we're talking flesh here, so a little bit of movement, not the end of the world as far as I can see. If you want to let the air out, you press that and it lets the air out. Now basically, I found with this boot that because it's got a flat base, it's quite difficult to actually take big steps. I'm going to show you another boot later that has got different steps. What I would thoroughly recommend is that you get yourself an even up, because otherwise your hips on this side are an inch above the hips on that side, and you need to get rid of that, because you're going to put your knees out of kilter, your hips out of kilter, And so basically this even up just goes on here. £40 it was, available on the internet of course. And now when you go off walking, you're just nice and even. And then the following week you'll take another wedge out and off you go. I hope you found that useful. In my next video I'm going to talk about a different boot, this one which is called the Vaco-Ped, which is quite expensive, but in the video I'll tell you why, in my opinion, it's somewhat superior. Thank you.